Hi, I'm Anya Wulu.
And I'm Ellen Munschauer. Welcome back to Johnnie Bennie Campus News, CSB-SJU's weekly news show filling you in on what's going on around campus. There is a mandatory meeting this Saturday, September 16th, for anyone studying abroad this spring. Parents are encouraged to attend, and the event goes all day in the Stephen B. Humphrey Theater.
Also this Saturday is the annual Biology Club Road Cleanup. Look for the emails with details. Both donuts and transportation will be provided.
A reminder for anyone returning from a study abroad trip, either last spring or this summer, that the deadline for submissions for the Fall 2017 photo contest is Tuesday, September 19th. Submit your photos on the Center for Global Education page on the school website.
For a performing arts credit, Mukapaza will be performing in the Escher Auditorium this Saturday, September 16th from 7:30 to 9 p.m. Mukapaza is a marching band that thinks it's a rock band. This unique performance combines big band and marching band with a lot of on-stage shenanigans. Mukapaza celebrates the band geek in all of us with outrageous antics and exceptional musicianship.
For JEC events this week, Mind Reader and America's Got Talent participant Eric Diddleman will be bringing his talents to CSB-SJU as a part of the Welcome Fest series put on by the Joint Events Council. Eric will be performing in Gretzky 204 beginning at 9 p.m. This is a performance that you won't want to miss.
And now for this week's political segment, we go to Zach Eichten for this week's update on what is happening in the political world today.
Thanks, Anya. This past week, President Trump signed a $15.3 billion piece of legislation for relief for the areas affected by both Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma. The deal was reached when legislation linked an increase in the U.S. borrowing limit, also known as the debt ceiling. The deal was struck with Democratic leaders in both the House and Senate, which angered many Republicans in Congress. They opposed the measure because the deal did not have any offsetting budget cuts, to which the party members said were necessary to curtail federal spending. It was especially upsetting to many Republicans, as President Trump surprised the party with a sudden agreement to Democratic leaders at what was supposed to be just a photo opportunity in the Oval Office last week. In local news, the McCarthy Center is hosting its first Politics in a Pint this Thursday, September 14th in Brother Willie's Pub at 5:15 p.m. The topic will be Executive Powers and the Constitution, featuring speakers Dr. Phil Cronebush and Dr. Claire Haig. That's all from this week's political segment. I'm Zach Eichten for Johnnie Bennie Campus News. Back to you, Anya.
Thanks, Zach.
As many of you know, Tommy Johnny, the biggest Johnny football game of the year, is coming up. We go to Haley Myron with our sports segment to fill you in on what you should know about tickets for this year's game.
Thanks, Ellen. The long-lived rivalry of Johnny-Tommy is almost here. This year, the matchup will be held at the Target Field in Minneapolis. The football game tickets go on sale for students this Sunday at 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday 7 to 10 a.m. and 4 to 8 p.m., and Tuesday 7 to 10 a.m. and 4 to 8 p.m. in the Palestra. The Palestra doors will open at 8 a.m. on Sunday. Student tickets are $10, and all tickets have an assigned seat within the SJU student section at the Target Field. Students can purchase as many tickets at one time as they wish to make sure all of their friends sit together for their assigned seating. However, each student will need to pick up their own ticket and present their student ID during the ticket sale times. This is a game you don't want to miss, so make sure to head down to the Palestra and purchase your ticket. On Saturday, September 9th, the St. John's football team won their second game of the season, beating NAIA Presentation 49-14. The Johnnies have their MIAC opener this Saturday, September 16th. The game is set for 1 p.m. at Manteu Field in Northfield against St. Olaf. The St. John's cross-country team took first place in its 2017 season opener. Senior Matthew Bergstaller placed fourth overall and second among collegiate runners with a time of 21:06. Junior Trey Collins finished fifth with a time of 21:10, and junior Kevin Lamb took 10th with a time of 21:39. The Johnnies return to action in 2 weeks when they host their alumni on Saturday, September 23rd in Collegeville. The College of St. Benedict golf team picked up its first team win of the season Sunday afternoon. CSB shot a 2-round total of 653. First-year Bridget Amundsen finished second to lead CSB with a career low of 159 at the 2-round tournament. First-year Emily Olson tied for third after shooting 160, and juniors Madeline Pagel and Hannah Moen tied for ninth with a total score of 168 each. St. Benedict's is back on the road Saturday and Sunday, September 16th through 17th, when it travels to Lake City, Minnesota for their annual D3 Midwest Classic at the Jewel Golf Club. That's all for this week's Sports Roundup. I'm Haley Myron with Johnnie Bennie Campus News. Back to you, Ellen.
Thanks, Haley.
To finish off this week's episode, we now go to Noman Angarag as she gives us the scoop on this year's Extending the Link documentary.
Thanks, Anya. This is Noman Angarag reporting for JBCN here with Grace Linguist, one of the co-directors of Extending the Link. Extending the Link, better known as ETL Around Campus, is a student-run organization that creates short documentary film focused under global social justice issues. It was started in 2008 by a group of students, and since then, ETL has traveled around the globe. This year, the team has revealed that they will be going to India, and it will be focusing on the cultural value of water. Thanks for joining us, Grace.
Thanks for having me, Noman.
I was just wondering, why did ETL choose India and decide to document about the cultural value of water?
So ETL always picks a topic and then follows it to whatever country it leads. So the team got our first inspiration back in May when looking at some of the water issues that were very present in the media with the Native American tribes going on in Minnesota. With Dakota Access was very big in the media and different conflicts like that. But we saw that there was this underlying issue that wasn't being told, in that these water issues have more significance than just that water is a resource being exploited. There's a cultural significance to these people. Water is spirit, water is life. So we took that idea and ran with it, and it led us to the Hindu religion surrounding the Ganges River in India and how that has such a strong spiritual connection for them.
ETL's motto is think globally and act locally. How does ETL expect to bring the undertold stories from India and act locally on it?
So that is one thing that we like to wait to act on until we have heard the entire story. It's a really exciting process for the team because we are learning right along with everyone else with this project. So we kind of get some ideas and feel it out based on our interviews in Minnesota, but then we wait to officially start a project until after we return from abroad so that we can hear the stories and the ideas that we get from the people there so that we can make sure that we are doing them justice. And it isn't our project, it's theirs and their story that we're telling.
What are some events that students can look out for this week?
Today we have some Indian cuisine in both the Reef and Gretzky, so everyone should stop by and get some food there. Tomorrow, Thursday, we are doing a fundraiser with Sliced, so from 5 to 7 o'clock, anyone that eats at Sliced, we get a portion of those proceeds, as well as Laura Lanigan, who is a student on campus, is leading a yoga session at the co-op from 7 to 8. And then we're closing off ETL week with a music night at the local blend at 5 o'clock.
What is the projected timeline looking like, and when can we expect a premiere?
So ETL has been working on this project since back in May when we first started and we brainstormed over 100 different social justice issues. From there, we worked all summer and narrowed them down to one, water in India. The team since has been researching, trying to look into how we want to focus the story domestically, as well as working out different travel plans internationally. We will be conducting all of our local interviews over a long weekend to cover the domestic side. And then over Christmas break, we will end up traveling to India. We have a small travel team that goes to document the international side. When we get back, it is all compiling the film, storyboarding, and editing so that we can have a final product done by April 26th, which is when we will premiere on Scholarship and Creativity Day.
Thank you so much, Grace, for coming out. We are very excited to see your documentary later this year. Back to you, Anya.
Thanks, Noman.
For Johnnie Bennie Campus News, I'm Ellen Munschauer.
And I'm Anya Wulu.
Enjoy the rest of your week and make sure to tune in next time.